Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Olympic Sevens. We're at the business end of the competition, the last game before the quarterfinals for these two sides who have already booked their spots through to the next stage of the competition. For the French, the home side, in their starting lineup, it will be Okemba, Siofani, Chloe Pell, Grazino, Nielsen, or Nason, I should say, Druin, and also Dezo, the last lady in the starting lineup. For the USA, it is Maha, Kennett, Sammy Sullivan, Kelter, Tapper, who is the captain, then Ravetti, and also Christy Kershey, the last woman in the starting side. Now, I should mention, France yesterday scored 75 points, and they did not concede a single try throughout that first day. So that's a pretty good record, definitely in front of a home crowd. But if anyone can change that, it is this USA team who have also pulled off 2 wins from 2. No matter what, these two sides will be through to the quarterfinals, facing more than likely Great Britain if you win this game, China if you lose it. But that is still to be confirmed. But this game just about to kick off, ladies and gentlemen. Kelter will have it in hand for the USA. We're in the dark blue for this match. The French in the white, red and blue. It's kicked off down the middle of the field and no one is there for France. They have now got the possession after it bounced awkwardly. Nason has got the ball available, looking for the offload there. Something that USA do bring to a game of sevens is a lot of physicality and also some quick players in their lineup. But France have got a few speedsters of their own. Siofani passes it across to Okemba. Plenty of power coming from that lady. Couple big fends. And now up to the halfway line, almost Sammy Sullivan misses the tackle. And another missed tackle there on Okemba. But eventually, they have been able to drag her down. The offload is there for Neeson. Getting close to the touchline, and that one's going to be knocked on by the French Sammy Sullivan. Tackle without the ball. She was not happy, but it is in the hands of the US now. Sammy Sullivan looking to the short side, gets it away to Kelter. This could be quite dangerous here for the USA. Sometimes you just have to accept that you are on your goal line and that you should kick this ball into touch. But it doesn't look like they're going to do that. They look like they want to continue attacking for a little bit longer here. Kershey in possession. Now Sammy Sullivan will go off to the right-hand side. Kelter, they're persevering here, the US. This could be a big mistake. Back across. Big fend though. Now they've gone through. Christy Kershey, it's a foot race between her and Grazino, who has caught her with 40 metres to go to the try line. The gamble paid off for the US, and they have now got themselves a penalty from France not releasing, or not rolling away, in fact, and the breakdown. But 90 seconds of all-out pace between these two sides. Women's beach volleyball. Is it on at the moment, Sebastian? If it is, I'm sure you will know it. Who are the favourites in the women's beach volleyball? I know that you're a fond man. Well, you're fond of the event. Do you know who are actually supposed to win it at this Olympics? That's a good kick. Just goes over the touchline there. Bigger brother of Sammy Sullivan is certainly bigger. Looks like an absolute tank of an individual in the stands watching on for this contest. 5 metres out from the line now. Ready to throw this one in. Will be Steph Ravetti, taken by Sammy Sullivan. Now back across to the left-hand side here. Space for the US, big fem from Ma. And she will go through. Absolutely no idea, Sebastian. But the USA scoring the try. Oh, she is fired up. She's pretty much just told the French crowd where to go when they've been booing the US in this competition. They have to make sure they keep this momentum flowing here, the USA. They were underdogs heading into this contest, I should mention, and that is the first try we have seen France concede all throughout the whole Olympics so far for the Sevens. Yes, they have only played the 2 games, but those 2 games, France scored 75 points, whereas their opposition scored a grand total of 0. But that kick has just bounced off the post and gone over, making the score now 7-0 in favour of the USA. Yeah, Alona Ma, very angry. Always wears the bright red lipstick. Look at the OK USA. Sees Gus there. Now, going to be kicked off by France. Well, we will go like that, and we will go like that. There we go. Nice run forth from Grazino. A lot of pressure in the breakdown there, but France have somehow managed to keep this ball alive. Nice step from Siofani. She's going to be hard to catch if she gets open space. Both of her parents were Olympians, following in those footsteps. And this Olympic Games, another penalty goes the way of France this time, but not rolling away. It is against Alona Ma. And USA can beat France, says Anathi. It's a possibility. They've started this match very well, although as we know from this Olympics competition, there was a knock-on from France there. Does look like France not too happy with it. And USA Sevens, says Joshua Miller. But yeah, like 14 minutes is normally what you got to do well in the contest, because if you only play well for the first half, the opposition have more than enough capabilities of catching you in the second. But the winner of this game will be facing more than likely Great Britain. I think GB is confirmed as the team that they will face. And then in terms of who the other side will face, I believe it's the winner of China versus Canada. They're checking this to see if it's a high tackle. It didn't look that bad to me in live time. But she might have got her a bit on the ponytail. Bit of a headbutt from Kayla Kennett. I don't think they've made any contact with each other's heads other than maybe a little bit of hair. That angle looks worse, but the other angle didn't actually look like there was much contact at all. I so wish this game can stay like this, says Anathi. They're going to give a yellow card for that. That is pretty soft, I guess you could say, but means that France will now be playing up against a 6-woman USA side, and that could be the equaling factor that the French need to help them get back into this contest. Little tiny bit of contact between Kayla Kennett. Doesn't look happy about it either. Didn't look like she wanted to talk to any of her teammates. I should mention a couple other finals or quarterfinals have already been roughly confirmed. That is Australia versus Ireland. We'll get to see a rematch of a game that did take place just a little bit ago. This is going to be a nice run out wide here for the French. Dezo tackled inside of the French 22. Maha wanted the turnover, but she can't quite get that one. Now going off to the right-hand side for the French here. And now Silfani thought about the offload to Okemba, just to say thanks to give us this game, says Anathi. No worries at all. This is actually the first game that we have covered of this pool throughout the Olympics, but I felt like I should do at least one of those games before we head into the quarterfinals. But yeah, hopefully it is going to be a close one going down to the wire, which I do think it will be at the moment. We've seen France have 2 runaway games. France looking for the double, says Liam. I can tell you right now, if they get the double, a lot of Rugby 7 sides will be hoping they're hosting the next Olympics. Well, I don't even know where that next one is. I feel like someone's mentioned it, but now I can't remember. Where is the 2028 Olympics? Ladies and gentlemen, where are the when are the semis Friday? There's Katzenel. So the quarters are later on tonight. Then about maybe 18 hours later is when the semi-finals are. So taking place very soon. We don't have a skip day either for the ladies' sevens. It is just out and out action. It was because of the opening ceremony that the men had that delay. Los Angeles. Well, the USA will be happy with that then, I would think. Now, nice tackle made by France, looking for the turnover and the breakdown, and they do get it. USA 2028. Where is it after the US? Whereabouts do we head to after that? Do let me know. Do they have 2032? Oh, Kimber, she wants the corner, and I think she's got it there. May have just kept her legs off the turf. They do want to check upstairs, though, just to make sure that it is a clear grounding. By the sounds of it, the referee is happy with it. Brisbane, 2032, says Liam. Okay, so Australia got quite a bit on in the near future. We might as well just keep going. 2036, anything confirmed for the Olympics in 2036? We'll see how far forward we can get before we reach the wall of not knowing where it's taking place. But I think Okemba, that try will stand. France get back into this contest now, 7 points to 5 with a kick to come for the French women's side. I feel like 2032, the world would have exploded. Says Gatsanel. Just staying in the field of play by about half a metre or so. Keeping her feet up, but that kick will miss, so that will make the score 7 points to 5. Still a little bit longer for that yellow card of the US, although I think it may have just come to a close, in fact. They're back to 7 on the park. Now, 20 seconds remaining. Bit of a rough pass there from Naya Tapper, the captain. Ooh, big shot coming in. Was that head-on-head contact between Silfani and one of the USA players. France will now have themselves the scrum feed now. Mars not too happy at the moment. They're just showing the 360 shot of Akemba scoring in the corner. Yeah, do we have a 2036 location for the Olympics, ladies and gents? We might have to have a look at that in between the live streams, see what we can find. Normally it does go Northern Hemisphere. Well, no, normally probably every 2 out of the 3 are in the Northern Hemisphere, aren't they? I would say. I remember I had to do a whole presentation on the Olympics back at primary school, I think it might have been. Or in fact, it might have been just the first year of high school. And I had it all laid out. Oh, that's a high tackle on Akemba, but she has scored again. It's not going to matter as she still gets over the try line. They want to check this, though. I assume this is to check for the high shot, which it was. And we could see USA find themselves with another lady in the bin before the end of this first half. Yeah, it is a high tackle, but she still gets the ball down anyway. And it is just going to stay as a try rather than a penalty. No 2036 yet. Countries are putting in bids, says Lilia B. Oh, okay, so they're just saying the difference is if it had been ruled as a penalty try, then that would have been an automatic 7 points for the French, whereas now it's going to be a misconversion. I don't think they've awarded 2086 yet, says Gus. I'd hope not. It's a wee way away, isn't it? I know what you mean, though. I think it was a misclick, wasn't it? Maybe. Maybe not. Isn't it weird to think that 2086, that's like 62 years' time? I would be 87-ish, 86 maybe, if I am hopefully still breathing. But currently half-time, 10 points to 7 at the moment. Is Germany going to be featured on the circuit next season? Says Katzenell. I believe they lost to Kenya, didn't they, in their playoff game. So I think Kenya are. Canada lost their spot, but Uruguay got theirs. Possibly India 2036, they want to host it, says Lilia B. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whereabouts does end up. Like they're saying, both of these sides know that this one is going to be an intense second half. Little moments could make the big difference. You only get yourself about a 2 or 3 minute halftime break, so you have to make the most of it, work out your tactics, and then get back out there on the field ready and to go for the second half. 2086, I'll probably be 6 feet under by then, says Blue Hair. But who knows how technology is going to go. We might find some sort of weird technology that makes people live till they're like 200. You know, all this anti-aging stuff and whatnot that we might end up having in the future. Flying cars, yeah, it's slowly getting there, aren't they? Now, second half, just about to kick off, ladies and gentlemen, in this contest. Looks like it is France who will be kicking this one off. Should mention Chloe Jacquet will be making her way off the bench. Noel as well for the French. Got Lauren Doyle, I should say, for the USA, who can also make her way onto the field in the later stages. My great-grandmother is 93 in November. Says Katzenell, I'll be 92 by 2086. Says Liam there. Not quite able to hang on to that ball. Akemba AI might take over by then. Says Lilia B. Oh, a cop to the back of the head there for one of the USA players. I think it was Steph Ravetti. Got a bit of a knee as she was on the ground. Now it's going to be the scrum feed here for USA. Kelter has gone off and Alex Cedric has made her way on. So Alex for Elif. Another step for the USA. They just need someone to get those few extra meters for them. Could be Maha. He has knocked the ball on though, and that is the last thing that the US want. These early handling errors in the second half could end up costing them in the long run. I should mention the next game that we are doing as well, ladies and gentlemen. It will be starting at 2:30 a.m. New Zealand time, and that is going to be the matchup taking place between New Zealand and Fiji. Olsen coming on, sorry. That's going to be for Steph Ravetti. does seem like the USA, every time that there's a mistake made, they are making a sub at the moment for the second half, which is all well and good, but they might run out of subs with how many mistakes they are making early on in the second half. Loose ball. France have knocked that ball backwards. Now in position, 40 metres out from the line. Druan moves forward. Another offload. Silfani tries the big fend, trying to rip her to the ground there. The USA back across to the right-hand side. It's going to be Chloe Bell. Finds the offload to Okemba. Missed tackle from Sammy Sullivan. She hasn't had her best game in this match. Sullivan, Okemba. She will pin the ears back and she scores the try for France. That's her hat-trick now in this contest. Do you think this game is going to end like this? No, just because we have seen France just score another try. But it's going to be an interesting one because USA are not out of this game. They just need to limit those errors and also get themselves a little bit more possession. Now, if France were to win this game, ladies and gentlemen, they would face more than likely China in the third quarter final. Whereas, if they were to lose this game, the USA would face China. The winner, like I mentioned, have a chance of playing China, but the loser, they will be facing more than likely Great Britain as their contest. Which, I mean, either way, I don't think these sides will mind too much who they end up facing. Of course, you'd love to be undefeated, though, heading into those later games. Although, just to give them some confidence, if you suffer a loss here, the men's side of the Olympics, it was won by a side who had one loss and one draw throughout their regular games. Now, Grezes make her way onto the field. Or Grezay, I should say. Who are the favourites again? Haven't really watched the Women's Sevens. Who was playing the best is Lilia B. So currently two favourites, New Zealand and Australia. But France are right up there as well because of course, being the host nation, doing quite well. But, yeah, it will be very interesting to see how the momentum shifts as we get throughout the playoff games. Because Australia had a close game with Ireland. New Zealand, they were more than likely playing either Canada or Japan. They've already played the Canadians, won against them 33 points to 7. Does the winner go to Oz side of the draw or New Zealand side? The winner will be on Australia's side. The loser will be on New Zealand's side. So either way, you've got one of them. That's a nice attack and run here for Grezay. Will only be 5 metres out from the line now. Silfani goes across to Okemba. Now trying to decide what way to go with it. Grezay with the offload. France score again. And the crowd are loving it. Sammy Sullivan, she looks frustrated at the moment. A player who normally enforces that physicality throughout a game of sevens just hasn't really found her feet throughout this game. But that can be said about a lot of this USA side. It was off the line out. Sullivan wasn't able to regather. And then from there, the French strike. Jacquet just got it away. Nice offloading from France. And this game's starting to get a little bit more one-sided, ladies and gentlemen. We might see only one try scored against the French in their first 3 games. Another kick has gone over. That makes the score now 24 points to 7. Looks like Chloe Jacquet will now make her way from the field. Oh no, she's going to stay out there a little bit longer. France win double gold medals. Would grow rugby there even more, says Anoy. That is true. I'm wondering what other sports would France end up with 2 gold medals in, out of curiosity, like in terms of what their sports are that they're extremely strong in. So assume there'd be a few that they could double up in medals, but 2 gold medals in rugby sevens would certainly get a little bit of publicity out there for the game in France. Now, kicking this one towards the touchline for the USA. They are down by 3 tries here, so they would need 3 in a row to be able to go on and win this game. Now, not all of them have to be converted, but I think one of them at least has to go over. A handball, says Gus. They're pretty solid in the handball side of things, aren't they? The French. Who else is high in handball? It's another European country. Is it Germany? Do quite well in handball? Or am I thinking of another sport that Germany's quite strong in? Looks like Ramsey has made her way on alongside Sarah Levi. Now on the outside. Chance for Ariana Ramsey. Now back across to the left-hand side. 2 minutes remaining in this match. France rushing up, I should say, with their defence. Thought about going for another offload. Judo maybe, says Annoy. It's hard to follow all the sports at the moment, isn't it? There's so many that are taking place throughout this Olympic Games. Going to the left-hand side now. Another offload on the inside. That looks like Tapper is going to be through and no one's going to catch her. She's looking at the big screen to work out whether or not anyone is close enough to her. Yeah, Anita is a star at handball. Says Dr. Darren, what a try, says Katzenau. And there as well, but Tapper just gets that space on the left-hand side and goes straight through. And then the French defence, it's going to be very tricky to catch her from there. Noel tried, but she did not succeed. Looks like she's fallen backwards. Says Anoit, yeah, she was running with the head straight up, but that was just her watching the big screen. Tell you what, she's a scary lady when she's running. That is for sure. Eyes wide open. I don't want a bug to fly into one of those. That one has gone over for the USA, and that is now going to make the score 24 points to 14. She did the celebration when she scored it. She did the bow and arrow. Of course, if we see 2 more bow and arrows in this game, it would mean that USA have possibly taken the lead in this matchup. Now, USA, they've retained that ball for half a second anyway until it was knocked on the ground. No, they have still got it. The USA, 30 seconds remaining. There is going to be another penalty going their way. The referee almost in the way. Quick tap and go here for the US. 20 seconds remaining. France giving away another penalty. They will hang on to that as long as they can. Trying to slow it down a little bit. USA, they're only a few metres out from the line, and France have managed to get the clean turnover. 6 seconds remaining. They are passing off to the right-hand side. Nice step there. I would say that they will just look to kick this ball into touch if they can. Another penalty goes the way of the French. Kimber's going to take the quick tap, and she's gone straight through again. You'd hate to see her end up with some sort of injury here from deciding to go for the big run, but she will make it and she will score between the posts right at the end of this half. I lost the ball on the match. Says Annoy there. And wow, what a break. Says Katzenau. But yeah, in that case, maybe channeling a little bit of her inner Antoine Dupont, deciding even though they've won this game that they want one more try just to rub it in a little bit more. So that will mean that France, they will be on Australia's side of the draw, ladies and gentlemen. We may see Australia versus France as a semi-final in this one. But alongside that, we have also seen USA confirm their spot. They will be going head-to-head with Great Britain in their matchup of the quarterfinals. Nonetheless, I do thank you all, of course, very much for tuning in. If you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. The first quarterfinal will be taking place at 7 a.m, but our next game that we are covering on the channel will be starting at 2:30 a.m. New Zealand time. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next one.